What's up, everybody? How's it going? Man, I keep forgetting to do the Pokedokus. I had it up for a split second by accident on screen, but I just realized I haven't done it in like a few days. Dang. Porygon just menacingly floating is kind of scary. But yeah, today, chat, we're gonna do just general outbreaks. Last time I focused heavily on Milcery, and I might still do a Milcery or two. But yeah, we'll see. Love Disc? That's not... I didn't even know Love Disc was over here. It's the first time I've learned it's even over here. Yeah, how many Milceries did I catch? Ye other day. Oh yeah, I got a random shiny Vibrava. Why is this the coolest shiny I've gotten in a while, chat? Just, flat out of the blue. The fact that I've gotten both Flygon and Vibrava randomly is very funny. So yeah, we got... Oh, I got 6 Milcery. I got 6 Milcery. Caught Meloetta, nice. You look at Archaludon. You guys consider Archaludon a pseudo? You think Archaludon is pseudo-y enough for the pseudo club? Okay, we got 6 Milcery and 1 Vibrava. That's... It doesn't get much better than that, chat. 6 Milcery and 1 Vibrava. And a Trapinch and a pear tree. It's kind of crazy how much better this ice area is than the vanilla one in Paldea. Like, I don't know if it's just because they toned down how brightly white it is, but I swear this looks better. And their like warping textures actually kind of work for this like glacial looking polar area. I'll give them that. But yeah, let's see what has happened. They announced more Pokédolls, which today is Tuesday. You'd think it'd be Thursday, Merch News Day. Some weird choices. Charcadet, Grafaiai, Baby Tink in hero form Palafin. I don't know who invited Grafaiai to the team. But sure. Also, the next Pokemon model kit is Sprigatito, which is pretty boring, but, you know. Where's Kyogre? They've made Ray and Groudon. Where's Kyogre? What would I rate DLC 2 out of 10? Oh, I did want to fight all these trainers. Oh, speaking of Delusion, Solosis' shiny is so hard to see. It used to be fairly blue, and now you can only really tell by the pink binky thing it has. I don't know, like a 6 or a 7, maybe? And part 1 would probably get a 5. This is a great camera angle right here. Yeah, Solosis is definitely, tough to look at. Or to find. Out of a crowd. Solosis did have a good shiny, I agree. It's very... Oh my god, what? We keep going right up to Groudon's shoulder. Yeah, it's very hard to, it's very hard to see, unfortunately. They definitely de-bluified it. Yeah, Top, you know, that's a good thing to bring up. Is it, like, a permanent change or just the weird lighting? So yeah, if you're looking for Solosis, chat, you gotta look at the little, umbilical cord binky thing. I always thought it was a binky. As a kid, I thought it was like a little binky. That's why I call it that. But it's pink. I don't know if I don't know what Reuniclus's shiny looks like. I've only seen talk of Solosis. I definitely want to get the whole family though. Of course, Seal is here. There's a ton of good ones we gotta get over here. But I don't know, are there any other, like, shiny differences that you guys have seen? A 6 out of 10, that's fair. I just... The thing is, I don't even have that machine unlocked yet. I really don't like this grind. I really don't like the grind. And yeah, just do multiplayer. I don't want to. I don't want to. I just want to get easy points and unlock the things I need and be done with it. I don't want to have to work hard. What's my favorite biome? I like the savannah. Maybe just because of the Lion King reference. I don't know. Also, I can't think of a time where we've had a savannah. In a Pokemon game. Have we ever had a actual, like, African savannah? Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I love that you could give up. Why is that so funny to me? You could just be like, nah, I'm out. Because we've had plenty of ice locations in Pokemon. The beach is nice, but it reminds me too much of Paldea. Yeah, I think the savannah. Yunhee. That's such an ultra, like, specific name. I wonder if that's a staff member or something? Excuse me, fellas. I do like the pretty flowers and stuff that they added. Honestly, the worst part of this terrarium is this stuff. Like the lighting, I don't know why they went with white. I really have to wonder why they went with white. Am I gonna do the Meloetta capture? Probably not. I just don't really care. I don't like Meloetta, first of all. Second of all, it would just sit in my box. I mean, maybe... We rarely do mythicals count for Pokedex completion. The only way I could ever care is if I needed it for, like, future black and white Pokedex. I don't know. I can't be bothered, honestly. I didn't get Keldeo in Sword and Shield's DLC either. Because I also don't like Keldeo. I don't know. It's still very, very bright. Like, this would... Just think of, like, this... How awful this would be if this was real. Yeah, I don't even remember how you had to get Keldeo. You had to, like, set up the soup. You had to get all the swords of justice and then, like, go to a tree and there was soup. I don't know. See, that's too much work for a Pokemon I don't care about and can't get shiny. See, that's... Ultimately, that's where they lose me, chat. If I can't get it shiny, then what's the point? I have the same feelings for the legendaries that are in this game. Like, what's the point in doing it just for a fourth copy of a legendary or a mythical I already have, you know? That I'm never gonna use in battle or for anything really interesting. That's my logic, I guess. Oh, props, Midnight. That... I need to do that. I need to do that. I respect that because I need to do that. I'm terrible. Hold on, I have too many tabs open. Okay. Yeah, I haven't even unlocked any biomes yet because you need so many points. I knew there'd be a cat. I just knew there'd be something that would be annoying. All right, which outbreak do I want to go do? I actually do need Magnemite's whole fam shiny, but after Sandy, I've been scarred. Still a lot of Milceries. That event goes until the 21st. Reminder. This might be a reset, honestly. Sandy's not a real Magnemite. I mean, they still have that same texture. It's too similar. I'm scarred. It's not worth it for non-shiny Pokemon. Yeah, I agree. I have no interest in catching any of the legendaries. I just don't need any of them. I just don't need any of them. Like, maybe it'd be cool to unlock them just to, like, casually walk past Kyogre or something and be like, oh, hey, it's Kyogre. But for... that's not worth it. Fletch? Okay. Ugh, a Alolan Graveler? What's up, everybody? Oh, who's this? Let's go check out who this is. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Victini being locked for so... I'll never get over... I truly will never get over Manaphy being locked in 2 games back to back. I don't think enough people talk about that. We finally had a chance to maybe get Manaphy outside of the horrendous original method with Pokemon Ranger, and they were like, no. Locked in back-to-back Gen 4 games. Like, that's egregious. This, like, that should be a jailable offense. Jail. I have shiny Fione, but no Manaphy. Manaphy doesn't get any love. Remember that, I want to say, what was it? There was some, like, anime thing, and every mythical was in it except for, like, Manaphy. They just don't care about Manaphy. There's no respect for Manaphy. It should have just been unlocked in PLA. Very frustrating. Oh. Is the Outbreak camera upped? I don't think I need camera upped. No, I don't. Camera upped my... We got Nummel in the base game. Oh no, it's mini... Oh no. Uh-oh. You think any of these are shiny, chat? Oh no! Is there a method for this? Is there a way to figure this out? Or is it just hope for the best? Dang. Dang. Hey, well, for funsies, we'll try. It's a Minior color I haven't encountered yet. It only spawned 3? Ugh, why do Outbreaks do this? They're like, come over here. You'd have an abundance of this Pokemon, and then there's 2 of them. How does my Pokedex know what's going on? That kind of scared me. I got Araquanid jump scared. Araquanid is so cool. I love that they made it humongous. Huge-mongous. Just a large, scary spider. See, it's all fun and games. Everybody's like, oh, I want to live in the Pokemon world until you have Araquanid or Beedrill who's like 4 feet tall. Where is Beedrill? I know we talked about Beedrill the other day, but Weedle's been kind of gone for a while. And no, BDSP doesn't count. Anytime it's like a Gen 4 and below Pokemon, I have to specify that. Well, it's a BDSP. That doesn't count. Don't like big spiders despite being Australian. I don't know, oh, can you- I knew you'd be a problem. I knew the Songoose would be a problem. Look at this guy run. It looks like a dad trying to catch up with his son or something. I'll get the ball. I'll get it, Timmy. Don't worry, I got it. I'd kill it, but I think it'll just respawn. Alright, we'll just take it out. I mean, it's nice to see you, Zongoose. Don't get me wrong. Oh. Oh, you got the bling bling. You're truly blinged out. So all of they all have the Terapagos on top of the crown. That looks a little sillier than I remember it looking. Speaking of Terapagos, chat, somebody did a fun experiment where they obviously have a hacked, you know, Terapagos can't have anything except the rainbow stellar Terra type. But somebody put poison Terra type on it and terastallized it. And it does actually work. But the game has a really hard time with it, so it takes like 80 seconds for Terapagos to terastallize if it has an incorrect type on it. And what surprised me the most is that it actually did have the poison crown. The game lagged. It was definitely glitching out. But after like 80 seconds, Terapagos finally did terastallize, and it did have the poison skull and crossbones on the top of its crown, which is kind of neat. Because I think if you try to terastallize Ogerpon with like dragon, it won't work. It just like crashes. But Terapagos can sort of terastallize into normal types. What's up, everybody? We have we have a Meteor outbreak that we're tangling with right now. Zoinks. Who knows if any of these are shiny? How do these Pokemon get down? This is just a flat rock. How do you guys get down? Also, Nintendo has been taking down people who have been showing images and videos of Pecharunt. So, the big Terapagos is just yet another big legendary form that we're never gonna have access to again. So it's like light... What? Are you... You don't have any HP? Oh, come on, dude. Mushy mush. Killing me. So the egg... Well, I don't even remember what it's called. I think it's essentially like Necrozma or Eternamax Eternatus, right? I was so hoping I could get you shiny this gen or Shifu. What a shame. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day has been ruined. That's like, what, 3 generations in a row they're doing that? They're obsessed with it. Ugh, why do they keep floating down? That's very annoying. This is a bad outbreak, chat. This is not a good outbreak spot at all. Yeah, has anybody had any success with shiny Meteor? Anybody going after every single color? That seems so hard. That seems like such a monumental challenge. My goodness. I would respect it, though. I would definitely respect it. That would be hardcore. A true shiny connoisseur, if you will. Oh my god, I'm falling. Oh, did you end up getting all the Squawkabilly's normal shrub? Nice. I've gotten a few more since they fixed Outbreaks with the DLC. We got one just the other day. I think it was... White? Is it white that I got? Oh, no, it was yellow. We got a yellow one. I'm gonna again ask, why do we, for like Flabébé, Squawkabilly, why is it always just basic colors? I want like polka dot ones. I want stripes. I want chevron pattern. Red, yellow, blue, white, woke, polka dot. With Fae Farm, oh, is it a good game? Gray was the one you were stuck on forever. Ugh. I need to get the other... Okay, I guess Tatsugiri counts, right? The Pokemon I'm hoping exists is Tatsugiri. Although there is still, like, yellow. Yellow Tatsugiri. I almost forgot about our dear friend Tatsugiri. They're releasing a Tatsugiri rice paddle in Japan and I kind of want to buy it. My rice paddle I have now is old. That's my favorite type of Pokemon merch. The practical stuff. talked about the new Poké Dolls, right? Out of the blue, they announced new Poké Dolls. Charcadet, Grafaiai, Baby Tink, and, excuse me, Camerupt. And Hero Form Palafin. Palafin seems quite popular. There's a lot of merch of it. Where's Koraidon and Miraidon? Why have they not done Poké Dolls for the cover legendaries? That good, huh? I guess we just... I'll just do mini or outbreaks until they're done, and surely one day one will be shiny, right? That's how that works. Oh, Talonflame spawns up here. Cool. See, the birds make sense to spawn up here because they can fly away. How does Camerupt get down? I like the little island twang that's in this song. There's like a few... I don't know my instruments, but there's that instrument that's used in a lot of like island vibes music. That's how I operate. Music vibes. I don't actually know. That's as far as it goes. Musical vibes. It was Lapras? Nice. Yeah, the island twangy thing. Exactly. Yes. It's like they took in all of the biomes and combined them for the song, which is kind of fun. Okay. I caught Camerupt off guard? That's a funny sentence, video game. Marimba? Marimba? We're collecting Minior shells. Why are you? There's no water up here. Why are you up here? A steel pan. There's so many like cool... What? I watched something the other day that was like... What are the old, it was just like a very ancient instrument that made like the coolest sound. I actually have a tiny little kalimba. I don't think it would, I don't know, can my microphone... Bing, 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 bing. But I don't really know. It's very small. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keys? I don't even know what to call them. I'm a fraud. I'm an absolute fraud. It's Avatar the Last Air. It's Avatar the Last Airbender's fault. Also, they're very cheap. Most musical instruments are ungodly expensive, but that was like $10. I always wanted to get an ocarina too. I'm sure many of you remember like old Nintendo Power magazines that had that advertisement for the replica ocarina from Ocarina of Time. They need to give Link another musical instrument. I need Link to jam out again. Maybe that's what Tears was missing. Link needed to doot on a flute. You highly recommend it, Braylon? I'll have to check it out. I'm almost done with Sunhaven. I'm almost done with the museum. Which, if you're thinking, wow, that sounds like Stardew Valley, yes. It's funny how many games have just been blueprinted from Stardew. The problem is, one of the last items I need for the museum is a very rare drop from enemies, which... Ugh. Why must they hurt me in this way? Why must you hurt me this way, Harry? Speaking of, whoops, I hate when that happens. Speaking of games, chat. Insomniac got super duper hacked. I don't know why so many video game companies working on superhero video games right now are getting hacked. But apparently, an interesting nugget in there was that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart had a budget of $81 million and it failed to break even. It sold 2.2 million units and lost $8 million. That's insane. What are Pokemon budgets? Now, I want to know all the budgets of these games now. If Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart costs $81 million, that's almost $100 million for a Ratchet and Clank game. That's mental. Yeah, $48 and like... $48 and some chicken nuggets. Yeah, 81 million bucks. It's funny how that mirrors like Disney spending $100 million on movies and then not making anywhere near that back because the budgets for everything is just ballooned. I don't know. I don't care about any of the, like, Wolverine hacks, which that sucks, by the way. I'm sure being a game dev is hard enough, and then you have people hacking your company and leaking all your hard work before you get a chance to actually show it off. Okay, Talonflame. Cool, cool, cool. I mean, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, wasn't it a PS5 launch game? So, not a lot of people really had PS5s. That might contribute to why it didn't sell. I mean, 2.2 million copies feels like it should be a success. That really feels like, okay, Urshifu's gonna fall down a cliff. Okay. And it's back. Toadette collects musical instruments. That's fun. She must have a lot of money. She must be being bankrolled by Princess Peach herself. That's an expensive collection to have. I really would love to know how much, what budget these Pokemon games get though, like unironically. It's interesting that this information isn't as readily available as like box office and like movie budget stuff. Mario DDR. Boy, does that bring me back. Boy, howdy, does that bring me back. Kind of a shame that rhythm games like that kind of fell off a cliff. I mean, not to say rhythm games don't still exist and have an audience, but not as prevalent as they used to be, I guess. Can these guys stop hanging around this cliff? A Pokemon rhythm game would be super cool. Pokemon has such good music. That's one positive of this franchise that nary a soul ever seems to talk about outside of, like, Pokemon groups. I don't know what Friday Night Funkin' is, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. You ever just see something you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely meant for a younger audience than me. That's definitely for like Zoomers or what is it called? Gen Alpha? Is that the generation below Zoomers? Who's naming these? Behind you, my friend. Are you shiny? Ugh, this is kind of miserable. Why did I fight it again? So do they not shine in battle if it's shiny? How does Meteor... I don't even know how Meteor even works. Well, it's dead. Farewell. It will? Okay. What kind of... Man. What games are coming out next year, chat? There's the Princess Peach game. Luigi Mansion blah 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 blah. I feel like a lot of games are gonna be delayed. Speaking of games being super expensive now, they take a long ass time. So if a project got started today, it would probably be for the PlayStation 6. GarageBand. Hey, that's fair. It really is crazy how you can amass and be very successful and then just be sloppy on social media and tank it all. Like, it's amazing how many people lack professionalism. You know what I mean? Like, in no universe, if I had a successful video game, would I be liking risque art of anybody on a main Twitter profile? The thing is, a lot of these people and, like, big YouTubers, like, celebrities and those people all have, like, PR people. YouTubers, don't. I mean, and sometimes you get lawyers and stuff and you still end up saying the wrong thing. Or putting out weird apology videos like Gerard the Completionist. Who thought it was a great idea to start, like, puffing his chest and acting like he was gonna start suing people. Oops. Bad call, dude. Gerard having a review scale of donated is very funny now. I give this a broken marriage out of 10. No! No shiny Minior for us. You hate to see it. I guess that will be the way it works. Anytime I see a Minior outbreak, we'll just do it until it's done. Until it's donezo. If I get a shiny, great. And if I don't, bad. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. Today is, oh god, I thought a Pokemon was, it's Urshifu. Today's the 20th. 5 more days until Christmas, chat. Can you believe it? Only 5 days away. Christmas. Anybody doing anything festive? Are you feeling a holly and jolly? It's almost 2024. Ah! That isn't alarming at all. Christmas only 5 days away, Tyler. Can you believe it? Only 5 days. Oh, I love that TikTok. Torch lit labyrinth. You don't need to climb the walls like Spider-Man, Corridon, it's fine. Is there anything even interesting in here? Like, at least the one convoluted cave had Phoebus in it. In Kitakami. Is there anything spicy in here? It sure doesn't seem like it. Oh, does Gothitelle count? Does Gothitelle count? Is she aggressive? Hello? No. She doesn't- she barely pretends I exist. Why is Gothitelle in a cave like this? That feels inappropriate? I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. Well, with Christmas comes Snawmas, chat. I haven't quite figured out all the details yet, but we will be doing Snawmas again, which is Christmas Eve. And then my birthday is soon. That will also be a stream. It's on a Saturday this year. Yay! Hooray! It's Tentacruel. We will try to have the holliest, jolliest Snobmas. I don't really want to go back to the base game for... oh, boy. Can I do Muraidon for this? I can. They should have given Frostmoth a Paradox. They should have done Slitherwing, and then Iron Moth should have been Iron Frost. Iron Snow. Stinger? What do they mean by that? What do you mean by that? What's stinger per se? Tentacruel's not like a bee. Wouldn't its tentacles be the thing that sting, just like every other jellyfish? What do they mean by that? What do you mean? The thing in, like, the front? The blue piece that almost looks like an elephant trunk? Are we talking about that? Frost Moth could still be called Iron Moth. This is true. I almost would want, like, a Scarlet paradox of, like, Screamtail, but it's just, like, super ancient caveman snom. Oh, that'd be great. I remember being disappointed that I was like, oh, just Mischievous and Jigglypuff, they're gonna be terrible. Which, Screamtail isn't the most usable Pokemon in the world, but Fluttermane is an absolute monster. That's just a funny statement that didn't age very well, you know? Really wish water didn't lag so bad. Feral Frost. Imagine if it was just Snom, but with, like, very large teeth. Saber-tooth Snom. Ugh. Feels awful to move in the water. Come on, man. He's right in front of you. Why is Finneon over here? Who invited Finneon to this occasion, to this outing? Tentacool's so flappy. Oh no, you're gonna get fried, Tentacool. Get out of there. Miraidon lays down electric terrain. I can't talk today. Electric terrain, and all of the Tentacool and the Finneon just go belly up. Still don't know what they mean by stinger. Also, it's Tentacool that we're taking this from. What's stinger? Are we just ripping its tentacles off? I'm Squidward. You're Squidward. We're all Squidward. Let me remind myself of shiny Tentacruel. Yeah, I can't. Shiny Tentacruel goes hard. That actually goes super hard. Very cool, shiny. We're collateral damaging Inkay right now.
Welcome back.
Katie, thanks for the 11 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thank you, thank you. Welcome back. Inkay is so glossy. Do people in the Pokemon world eat Inkays and Tentacruels? They have like Inkay skewers. I wish I could get more than like one to spawn. Ugh. You got me going back and forth here. Look at Alolan Muck just having a great time at the beach. This guy's just having a great time. I mean, this is great news, actually, because this means I can get Alolan Grimer and Muck shiny. I've wanted them shiny for a while. A little group of Blossom! Yay! They dance. Oh, they're so cute. I love Blossom. This brings great joy to me. Also making me think of, Pokemon Snap. New Pokemon Snap. Oh, I love Blossom. Okay, good. They're on the beach for some reason. Get them. Mewtwo was your first Dynamax shiny? That's awesome. My first shiny legendary from Dynamax was Rayquaza. And then Lunala. I mean, I feel like with Dynamax Adventures, there's really no wrong for, like, legendary to get first. Sure, there are some that are cooler than others, but even like Mesprit I was happy with. Yeah, Mesprit was my first random. I still think I had way more success with just doing random for Dynamax Adventures than specifically targeting down a certain Pokemon. The Muck just having a great time with it. It's a big Pokemon. This is a large Pokemon. Alolan Muck is so cool. It reminds me of that children's book with the striped girl on the cover. I don't remember its name, but I'm sure some of you probably know what I'm talking about. A case of stripes? Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, there's 2 Smeargles on the beach, too. I've seen a few people get shiny Smeargle, which is neat. I definitely need to get it myself. I need a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon shiny, actually. I still need Sunkern and Sunflora. Don't have Smeargle. Skarmory would be a cool one to get. Who else? Blossom. Of course, all the starters. That goes without saying. If I ever unlock those... if I ever get enough points to unlock the biomes. Who else? I think I have Quillfish. I think I have Houndoom and Houndour. I've got Larvitar. I have the whole Larvitar line. Trying to get as many Alcremies. I have 6 Milcery. I don't think I have enough. Alolan Grimer's shiny is really fun. Or it's Orpal. Just like Grimer. Did it before the Galarian birds did it. Oh, shiny hunt and Squirtle. Nice. I've not done any starter hunts yet. I'm doing Tentacruel right now. 4 Geodudes. Oh no. That's no good. Come on, fellas. Keep spawning, please. We just need blue Tentacruel. Blue Squeed. I love the ones just spawning right on the beach. You guys, if you're not careful, you're gonna end up stranded on the beach and dry out. An Everstone, huh? You think there'd be, in the Pokemon world, there'd be tons of, like, evolution stone collectors and enthusiasts? People putting Thunderstones in their rock tumbler they got from Nat Geo. Yeah, fossil collectors. There absolutely would be. They use Dawn Stones for crystal healing. PSA 10 Leaf Stone. I mean, I do understand. Rocks are pretty neat. I understand the appeal of shiny thing. Hello. I get it. I get it. I still think they're missing out by not doing another item campaign like they had years and years and years ago, where they finally made the substitute into a plush, and that was so popular. There's been tons of iterations since. Ugh, what is the... I feel like this DLC has a lot less areas with really bad lag, but this beach is not great. Probably because of the water. Like, I feel like Kitakami had more places where I noticed more severe lag, but... I haven't had the game crash lately. There's a positive, right? I saw a tweet today that was like, if Gen 10 doesn't have voice acting, I might be done with Pokemon. I don't know, that's just kind of funny that that's someone's make or break. Needed to be Zelda. I mean, a lot of the voice acting in Zelda ain't great. A physical shiny charm. I wish they would make all the charms. It's sad to me that they only ever focus on the Pokeballs. Like, that's consistently the only item that Pokemon item that ever gets really made. Whoops. Yeah, and they're just now getting, you're right, they're just now getting to really nice replicas of them now. Like, when I was a kid, they had cheap little plastic Pokeballs that had a peg in them where you could put little Pokemon figures in. I don't know, all the money Pokemon makes, I think they could double it if they actually were smart about what they made. I've seen a lot of people with the same complaint that the Kieran cutscenes really could have greatly benefited from voice acting. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it's inevitable that it's gonna happen. I think it is starting to stick out a little bit. But I'm not like, if Pokemon doesn't have voice acting, I'm not gonna play it. Ed started it all. Damn you, Ed. I mean, there's been occasional voice lines since, like, what, Gen 5? P-O-K-E-M-O-N, Pokemon. With, like, my girl Roxy. But it's been very inconsistent. Whoa, we're getting a ton to spawn, but none of them are shiny. Frick. Well, yeah, but just think, Roxy had lyrics in her song and Pierce couldn't get any. I think that was truly the worst, like, egregious decision they've ever made. Like, Sword and Shield didn't, like, whatever to voice acting, but they needed to have a song there, man. I don't know what happened there, but I feel like that was pretty inexcusable. Or just don't direct the cutscene like that. The way it was directed, it almost felt like it was done for comedic effect, and it's just like, what are you guys doing? That's one of those things I would love to ask James Turner about. Like, I'm not even joking when I say, you know, all those hypotheticals, like, have dinner with Jay-Z, or $5. $5,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. Like, I would be like, James Turner, I want to know the secrets. Tell me the secrets. Because I know James Turner has directed cutscenes. I know he directed the Xerneas and Evital hatch scene. Is that what you call that? When they've defrosting in X and Y. I don't know, the fact that they added like a squeak, it's almost like they were trying to be funny, but it just makes them look incompetent. I don't know. I think voice acting is inevitable. It's going to happen at some point. Whether it'll be good or not, I don't know. And then I look forward to day one launching and all the worst people you know are like, oh, I immediately turned on the Japanese voices. I can already see it now. Already see legions of tweets from the most annoying fucking people on the planet being like, oh, already turned on the Japanese version. Man, one of these days, one of these Executor is gonna be shiny. Why would you want to ignore the story, though? It's always so smug, too. Definitely checking a lull and Grimer, too, while I'm going back and forth. You got a shiny Executor? Nice, Midnight. I mean, most Pokemon games, I guess at least early ones, don't really have much of a story. It's only the later titles where they've tried actually having more story. I don't know, what Pokemon game has the best quote-unquote story? Maybe this one? I do really enjoy Kieran, yeah. And I liked Drayton a lot. Why play the franchise, then? If you don't like the characters in the story, then why even play the franchise? I like Gen 7's story. I don't know if that's a hot take. At least I should specify Sun and Moon, not Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Yeah, exactly. With those, like, and people just don't realize that because it's in a language they don't understand. I've seen so many goofy posts that are like, the dub lines are so cringy. The dub actors, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's because they're saying words you understand. I feel like they've gotten better with, like, character writing. Gen 6, like, low point, and then they immediately turned the ship around with, like, Lily. And Gladian. I liked Lusamine a lot. My boy Guzma. Take a big step back. Yeah, a lot of dubs do change things that honestly don't need to be changed, but this is for, like, modern anime. This was a complaint over a modern anime where I feel like that does not happen as often as it did back when 4Kids was still dubbing. I mean, Guzma's really not, like, a huge villain character. He's a lackey. He's Lusamine's lackey. Yeah, I feel like anime dubs have really evolved the past decade. They really try not to change much. It's because of all the 4Kids backlash. That's exactly why. Like, they try to keep it more original. Because there was just so much backlash for all the stuff 4Kids did. I don't know, and sometimes, like, things just have to be changed. Things are not gonna make sense all the time when you're dealing with such different cultures and stuff like that. Like, sometimes that's just inevitable. Yeah, a lot of jokes and stuff like that won't really land in the West. I mean, I wonder if some of the dub changes in, like, Pokemon, even, like, now. Because I think things like the BBQs, I'm not sure if they're called that in Japan. Yeah, jelly donuts, stuff like that. 4Kids didn't even need to, like... That was all very excessive. Are these shooting stars? Aren't we underwater? How are they doing this? Yeah, the 4Kids dubs had a lot of charm, but a lot of that is nostalgia as well. I realize this. Imagineers. Yeah, back then, like, there's recounts of, like, some of the 4Kids staff where they were recording in, like, closets and stuff. Like, anime dubbing back then was very, very unrefined. It's quite a different landscape now. I don't know, even things like character names and stuff, like Arvin's name being Pepper in Japanese is how'd they get to Arvin with the translation. Where is my blue tentacruel? You might be right, Normal Shrub. Arf. Arvin. Arfin. I don't know, this game's story is very far from perfect. But I definitely feel like it's a step up from whatever happened with Sword and Shield. Whatever happened there. What do people think of PLA's story? I feel like Pokemon Legends Arceus never comes up in discussions of Switch Pokemon games. Corn Mint, really? Interesting. So it's still called BBQ there? I saw a Twitter post that was like, you know, as if Twitter posts means correct. That was like a didn't work. The phrase BBQ didn't work in Japanese. So I don't know. What's up, Zarok? Man, I'm jealous of everybody taking time to organize their boxes. I wish I had that patience. I admire you all. Found a shiny Citadel, nice. A solid weekend where that's all you did. Ooh. Yeah, my box. I need to organize my boxes just in this game. All the starters coming back inspired you to organize. What eventually will inspire me to organize is the Pokédex completion for this DLC was a big pain in the butt. I was so scattered with all the different starters I had, so I think before whatever Pokemon game is in the future, I'm gonna try to make sure I can get everybody I need ready for home for transfer. Because I had to use a lot of bots to gen, like, Marshtomp and Thwacky and stuff like that. Because I have a lot of shiny, like, I have shiny Mudkip, but I don't want to evolve it, so I needed Marshtomp. I thankfully had a lot of the evolve starters from the Terra raids, which was nice. Yeah, home is just an easier way to get it all done. That's amazing, Midnight. That's amazing. I love that. You're dedicated to completing the living decks? Nice. You skipped the Gimme Ghoul event? Yeah, definitely if you want Milcery, Flabebe, or Litwick chat, the event ends on the 21st, and the shiny rate is boosted, so if you're interested in any of those Pokemon, now is the time, because it's going to be way worse if you want Flabebe in the future with not increased odds. Do I think Gimme Ghoul will come back? I don't know. That's a tough question. They're very hard to predict with their events. Maybe? I really don't know. It's hard to say. There's a Golden Go, like, coin bag in one of the Pokemon Center promotions that I want to get. Still waiting on an actual Golden Go plush, though, Pokemon. Should have released a Gimme Ghoul Pokédoll. Blueberry quests, yeah. Blossom, you will drown! Holy shit, they walk on water. Yeah. No, that Blossom's running out into the ocean! Come back! She's like, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. I'm glad Vileplume or Oddish's line is back. We got Bellsprout and Kitakami, and now Oddish is back. Good. Good, 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 good. Vileplume is your favorite Gen 1 Mon? Yeah, it's a good one. I used Vileplume in my team in Let's Go Pikachu. Yes! The Pineapple Oddish leak, that's a great one. That is a great one. All the coaches? No, I've only invited, like, Larry and Brassius. I've barely done any of that. I'm really only interested in the director so I can get that hairstyle. I don't know if I'll even bother with the rest of them. Is there something you get for bringing all of them? Or for completing all that? I know there's that super secret battle, but... Where is my blue tentacruel? We're having terrible luck right now. You haven't invited all the coaches? You haven't beaten the game? I don't see it like that. It's just an extra thing you can do. All it rewards you with is some extra dialogue if you like the characters. I did Brassius so I could get the Sunflora phone case. They have to incentivize me with a cool item. Otherwise, you think I'm willingly going to invite an annoying character like Iono? No. Or Iono, as Paldean Winds expects me to say it. Yuck. I mean, I got the credits. As soon as you see the credits, I feel like that's you beat the game. Actually, if you don't find every item and beat every trainer and do this and do that and turn around backwards and evolve your blah 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 during the Blood Moon, then you haven't beaten the game. Nah, dog, I got the credits. I beat the game. Pecharunt? Careful. Bringing up Pecharunt might get the Nintendo ninjas after you. The fact that they nuked Centro is super funny. I'm sure we'll get the Pecharunt event for Pokemon Day. They're gonna do a little trailer for it, and then they're gonna be like, available right now. I think it's about an hour long. I'm so excited to have another mythical again that's just a little guy and not an anthropomorphic furry animal. I miss the little guys. Also, Pecharunt is what? Ghost? Poison? Poison ghost? So that's neat typing. I'm just going by what I've seen data miners say. I haven't tried to look too much into it. I mean, you can basically see the entire event. It's all in the data. People have already like laid out scenes. Which is funny that they left. Game Freak does this every generation and it never gets old. They just leave so much extra stuff in the data. Like why they couldn't just remove all that and up-patch the game on Pokemon Day or whenever they feel like, whenever they release it is beyond me. Agatha has a, yeah, move over, Gengar. Enjoy the lurk. And good luck. I love Agatha. Agatha's awesome. Like the original Elite Four and Lance all rule. No, they've done this for generation after generation. Remember when they used to release demos and then all of the Pokemon data was left in the demos so that would all get leaked way before the game came out? Tale as old as time, really. Also, I saw that apparently Lunala, I don't know if Solgaleo had it, but Lunala doesn't activate its third eye anymore when it uses its signature move. Kind of sad. Incineroar using Darkest Lariat is also funnier looking now. They don't get their own special animations anymore. Did Megalodios and Latias have their data in X and Y? I don't even remember that. Yuck. They should have had a text that was like, get ready for 2 of the ugliest Mega Evolutions you've ever seen. What's up, Destruggle? Oh, I actually think I remember that. Now that you bring up Volcanion, Magearna, Diancie, and Hoopa, I think I remember that. I love when the games get data mined, because they just copy and paste all the Pokemon names and moves, so I think Calyrex was data mined in Scarlet Violet, even though, you know, it was just the base game. Because that's just how they operate. There are a lot of pick-a-peck everywhere. Where is Tentacruel? Having no luck. Maybe I should go back and do more Milcery. Finally got a week off. Nice. In Gen 10, they'll make a decent Pokemon story. It depends. I feel like... Who knows? I feel like Gen 7 had a fine story, and then they took 50,000 steps back for Gen 8. Gen 9 had a okay story, so are we gonna take a step back, or are we gonna take a step forward? I don't know. Getting a lot of Tentacruel to spawn. Come on, game. Black and White 2 remake. I can't imagine they would do Black and White remakes and then Black and White 2 remakes. Second worst story to date. Well, what Pokemon games definitely have a story? I feel like we'd have to start there. I feel like Gen 1, Gen 2... Is Gen 3... I don't know. Early Pokemon games are so hard to, like... What? Define story. For me, I feel like Black and White, Sun and Moon, and I guess this game, more specifically the DLC, are all like the better stories that this franchise has to offer. Good night, Zarok. I don't know, it's story stuff is subjective, of course. I don't know, maybe I actually like take that back, because like fighting Red in Gen 2 is just one of the coolest moments in this like franchise's history. Is that like a story moment? What did Sarah... What happened? Fixing a bug where the game stops receiving input after leveling up Inkay. What? Late January 2023. That's a far off update. That's like a month away. Damn, this beach is just full of stones. Stones. They had the perfect opportunity to bring back Hilda and Hilbert in black and white too. And they soiled it. An apology metal sound TM. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the team, there's different, like, parts of the story in this game. The Team Star stuff was abysmal. I don't think that landed at all. Like, I like Penny, but especially that weird epilogue stuff with the DLC where I still don't know what to think about that. Like, the bullying is bad. Thanks, guys. Revolutionary message. And then they turn around and take away all of Team Star's, like, makeup and fun outfits. Very weird. Conflicting messages. I don't know. I like Aqua and Magma, I guess. Well, no, I do. I like their aesthetics. Maxie and Archie are funny. But you're right. Brendan and May are possibly the most boring rivals to ever exist. They tried a little bit more in Oraz with your rival, but I don't think they really succeeded. Brendan and May are hella boring. I don't know, the Arvin stuff was kind of... Get it? Be sad. His dog is dying. Sad. Be sad. His ugly, disgusting Mobostiff is dying. Be sad. And hey, I saw a lot of people... I'll never forget that somebody came in and was like, another girl I watched was crying during this. I still think about that. I will shed no tears for Mobostiff. I don't know, I feel like involving, like, sick pets, especially, like, a dog, is very easy... emotional manipulation points. His dog is sick. Please cry. Honestly, Arvin's more interesting when you think about his relationship with his parents. Or... parent, I guess. Like, his relationship to Sada and Turo is way more interesting than his relationship with Mobostiff. Yeah, there really were no, like, flashbacks. I don't know, Nimona... What else was there? I guess the Nimona stuff, and Nimona seems very divisive for some reason. I like her. They tried to do, like, because if you do her stuff after you're done with the game, it's like, oh, I was just gifted. She's upset that people think she was just, like, handed this. Like, she didn't work for it. Which I guess is kind of something. I don't know. She's not my favorite rival, but I don't hate her. Kieran's awful character arc. I feel like the story was going well until that end part with I just really did not like the Terapagos stuff. That whole sequence was very weird. It just felt rushed. Yeah, the best moment was when Terapagos emerged and then, like, walked towards the player character, and Kieran could not emotionally handle that. I don't know, it always feels like it's like a meta commentary on, like, your player character. But it just didn't go hard enough. I think the weirdest disconnect with it for me is that I thought Kieran was possessed. Because in that cutscene in Kitakami when he punches the foundation of the Loyal 3, there's like some Shadow Realm goo around his fist. So the whole time, I thought he was possessed. But no, he just was having his own Joker moment. Yeah, no kidding. It's like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, child? Yeah, the ending where it's like, we're friends again is kind of like, I don't know, did Kieran apologize to everybody else? Like, he was nasty to everybody. Yeah, it's just very, like, vague. Is he responsible for them back? Was he, I don't know. Tired of clapping you. I don't know, I think my favorite part was when he sent out Incineroar. Him having an Incineroar was very funny. Also, they tried to fix up Gita's team, which is like, where did you guys go wrong? Why did you guys go so wrong the first time? I love how she maintains her Avalugg, though, as if the one Pokemon she must keep Avalugg. Like, damn, I'd rather she had kept the Go-Goat. Like, who cares about Avalugg? Yeah, Kieran was really hitting the Smogon textbooks. See, that's funny because if you pay attention to VGC, then you know Incineroar is a menace to society and it's a fun laugh. Why didn't Gita have Golden Go? Her team was just so weirdly designed. Like, she finally leads with Glamora, finally. It feels like there was a disconnect between whoever built her team and the people who, like, designed the Pokemon. I don't know what happened there. Her team in Vanilla feels very disjointed. Which is a shame, because I like Gita's design. But I can't exactly be like... I don't know. If people think Gita's like the worst champion, I don't have very many counter arguments to that. Diantha and Alder are still worse, though. And Leon. I can't Leon stinks. It's so funny how he gets lost. Ugh. He thought he ate with that Incineroar. He really did. He really did. I do think it's funny that I had a harder time with Drayton than Kieran. Like, Archaludon was way more of a challenge than Hydrapple was. I mean, granted, I was using Dugong against Drayton. I was using my team I had for the trial for the challenge of it, but still. I feel like Drayton was more of a challenge than Kieran. I don't know why they're so afraid to have these trainers have level 100 Pokemon. Like, if Kieran's such a big shot champion, just make his Pokemon level 100. I knew all the people that were like, oh, the DLC is so difficult. I knew all those people were frauds, by the way. I knew all those people were hardcore frauds. They use competitive items. It's so hard. Skill issue. Yeah, exactly. Like, especially since the game gives you so many resources to get your Pokemon to level 100. Like, EVs are one thing, I guess, but... No, never mind. I thought that Lumineon was shiny. I had a Minior outbreak. Oh, you had the... Is it the same where I was, Artemis? Yeah, just use, Just take them all down and hope for the best. I don't know. I know this might sound like... arrogant, but I don't think any Pokemon games are really that difficult. Maybe there's an argument for, like, the final battles in Pokemon Coliseum, and maybe if you have no idea what you're up against with Ultra Necrozma, but couldn't be me. Could not be me. Heya. Nothing's as bad as, the Gen 4, or Gen 4, the Elite Four in Gen 6 only having, like, 4 Pokemon. That was egregious. We're looking for Tentacruel right now. Not having any success. I've done one Minior outbreak. No success there either. No random shinies either. Sometimes it just be like that though. Shiny hunting giveth and shiny hunting taketh away. Yeah, there's a lot of Gen 5 callbacks in the music to struggle, definitely. I don't know, what's everyone's favorite rival? I feel like rivals are so divisive. All the recent Pokemon rivals are so divisive. Some people love Hop, some people despise him. People either love or hate Nimona. How is how? Silver, blue. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with the OGs. I don't know, I think Silver is one of the franchise's most interesting characters. Silver actually, like, goes through a character arc where he changes. Blue, Silver, and N. N is a great character. I'm very nervous for them to ruin him. I very much like N. I think he's one of the franchise's best characters. I really hope they don't do anything weird with him in any remake, future version, whatever. Again, N is interesting in a lot of ways, but also his relationship with Getsus. They've actually done a lot of children of bad guys in these stories. Lily, Gladian, Silver, N. I mean, technically N isn't related to Getsus, but it's pretty much his adopted father. Alright, well here's the opposite question to that. What's the worst rival? Who is the worst rival, chat? The worst. The absolute worst. There's so many to choose from. How? Hop? Oh, nobody's saying the right answers. Nobody is saying the right answers. Anybody from Gen 6 or your rival from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? Brendan and May are also rancid. Like, I love Brendan and May's design. Especially, like, their emerald designs are so nice. But they're basically just a cardboard cutout of a character. You're right. Callum and Serena are awful in Gen 6. Like, if you want to excuse the annoying other characters, which are all rancid, sure. But Callum and Serena are awful. Callum especially. At least Serena has a fun design. Callum is such a boring, bog-standard male Pokemon trainer. They didn't even try with his design. I don't like Barry very much either. Thud. Are we missing somebody? I feel like we're missing somebody. I don't know why they thought having such a big group of friends in Gen 6 was a great idea. Like, you guys can barely give character development to one character, let alone Shauna, Tierno, Trevor, opposite gender rival. Four characters. Every time we talk about rivals, I always bring up the one from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I can never remember his name. I always want to call him Trace. Wally is a good rival. Nah. You fight Wally twice in the entire game. Wally sucks. I do not understand everybody's love for Wally. Oh, he's a sick kid. That means he's good. You literally fight Wally twice. I mean, he could be interesting. I understand people's like, he has a cute design. I like his Pokemon. He could be cool. I do like Wally's design. But it felt like he was an honestly, both of your rivals feel like an afterthought in Gen 3. And that's a shame. Because I feel like Wally and Brennan and May could have been more interesting. I don't know, and like in Oraz, he gets that cool battle scene and the cool music, and it just does not feel earned to me. I guess they just wanted to focus on Archie and Maxie. And a little bit of Steven, I guess. Which I do like Steven. Wallace less so. Hello. I don't know, rival characters in Pokemon never stick around long enough to really receive a lot of good writing, is the problem. Pokemon games are always you off solo doing your own thing, and then maybe every few hours you have a rival encounter where they get to say a few things and then they're gone. It's just a tough structure to have when you want to write good characters. One of Emerald's flaws, changing the champion. Yeah, I don't like Wallace as a champion. But there is something kind of funny about Steven being like, I'm done, and just going to go look for rocks in a cave. There is something kind of funny about that. Wallace will never be hashtag my Hoenn champion, but Steven choosing to just quit and go look for rocks in a cave feels a little bit on brand for him. I wish Gita had more to do in this story. I guess at least we have some club room interactions. Especially some interesting ones between her and Rika. But I always like the gens where you get to fight with the champion in a double battle. Those are always a highlight. Like fighting with Steven in Moss Deep, and when you work together with Lance to get rid of the Electrode and stuff with Team Rocket. Yeah, Gita really just shows up and hands you a CD and says bye. I like that she's surprised that you're even there. It's just adding to how goofy it is that we're just suddenly an exchange student. She's like, oh. Hey. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Yeah, it always makes me so mad when people are like, oh, Lance is the worst champion. Why did he have 2 Dragonairs? Or 3 Dragonite? What other dragons did you want him to have in Gen 1, man? What other dragons did you really want him to have in Gen 1? Maybe go check that Gen 1 Pokedex again for me, champ. I don't know, there's a lot you could criticize about Gen 1, but I feel like most of it comes from, like, Zoomers who did not grow up with Gen 1, didn't play it, and don't bother to think about it before they say what they're saying. I don't know, do people ever say that about Agatha? Why did Agatha have Haunters and Gengars? I mean, I think it's way more egregious that somebody like Leon has Charizard. At least Gita has a Gen 9 Pokemon. Leon is just the fan service Pokemon. The marketing mon. I'm surprised they didn't give him a Lucario and a Gengar and Gardevoir and every evolution on top of it. Just to solidify that point home. I think Diantha having Gardevoir as her ace is also lame. Yeah, I can't ever get down with old generation Pokemon being a new champion's ace. I just think it's super lame. Leon being obviously the worst defender. I mean, I like G-Max Charizard, but I don't know, Dragapult, anybody else? I think there's a lot of mismatching gym leaders in like Leon in Gen 8. I never felt like Dreadnought really felt like it matched with Nessa. Like, at least Kabu has Senti Scorch. I don't know, Bee and Alistair. Having Gengar and Machamp, it's like, Gen 1, you guys remember Gen 1, right? Hey guys, you remember Gen 1. Gen 1? You all remember Gen 1, right? I saw Gengar and I clapped. Dragapult and a Haxorus. That's a great question. That's a great question. That is, in fact, a great question. Why does he have both of those? I'm gonna be curious to see which DLC Pokemon are gonna be good and competitive. I think the next one starts in January. We know our dear friend Incineroar is gonna be back. Hisui Arcanines. Hisui Arcanine was actually topping a lot of events. I don't think that's gonna happen after Incineroar is let back in. Shiny hunting Comfey, nice. Gotta look for the blue on Comfey. I can't believe Tentacruel is betraying me like this. Unbelievable. Still going for Milcery, that's valid. I should probably catch a few more as well. It wasn't as hard as of a shiny as I thought it would be to spot. Flabebe is definitely the worst of the 3 offerings. Yeah, Leon needs a little change up to his team, just like Gita got. Although, again, the fact that they were so insistent on her keeping the Avalugg is really funny. No, she will keep her Avalugg. I still don't understand why she didn't have a Golden Go. Shame. Real shame. Yeah, everybody's favorite Gen 6 Pokemon Avalugg? Question mark? Avalugg is like, what if we tried to make the worst ice Pokemon of all time? Yo, I love pop-in Pokemon where I run into something that spawns directly in front of me. Slowly working through all the shiny starters. Nice. I have a good chunk of starters as is. I need to unlock all their biomes though. Boo. I don't know, Avalugg is a truly, really bad Pokemon. Stat-wise. I really don't know what they were thinking with that one. Really wish they... we don't know how they... Maybe they do have a dedicated person for this, but... I don't know. Sometimes Pokemon get such bad abilities and stats, it's just sad. Not much. It's pretty hard to have a defensive ice type. Ice is not a very great type to begin with, and then Avalugg's stats and moves really don't do it any favors. Unfortunately. I don't know why she had so many Gen 6 Pokemon on her team. Like, I feel like it's fine for a few Pokemon on a Champions team to be from an old generation, but it should mostly be new Mons. Like, King Gambit, sure, that's cool. When are Wake and Leaves coming back? I mean, I ask as if I'll even be able to catch them again. No. That's so mean. They're running that event again, but if you already caught them, then you're done. You can't get them again. Forever gonna bother me that those Pokemon were not in the lower levels of Area Zero. What was the point of that ginormous cavernous area just to have Garganacl and Noivern? Like, you already had the models of Wake and Leaves. You couldn't have just, like, put them down there instead? extra shard, like Terra shards? I never terrestrialize anything. Thankfully, it's not a resource I need. I mean, I gotta stand up for Glamora. I love Glamora, but I could see an argument for King Gambit. I mean, she is like the big boss. So yeah, that would make sense. But her design is clearly supposed to be Glamora based. Yeah, it's just very weird. Yeah, her saving Glamora for last is just like, what happened? I don't know who designed that, but you get an F. Hidden Cavern. Oh, I'm sure there's tons of, like, shards and stuff down there. I'm just like, where's the cool Pokemon? Is what I'm asking. I think Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt should have been down there, too. Why did Perrin need to come back? That character really had no business coming back for part 2. You had your little PLA music and homage with Blood Moon Ursaluna. We're good. She doesn't need to come back. Put all those new Paradox Pokemon in the cool new area of cool new area of Area Zero. It's a great sentence. Area Zero. She barely, like, did anything as well. You kind of just, like, take the quest, look at her pictures, and then you never really have to talk to her again. So she had even less dialogue and less reason to be here than before. Like, okay, guys, sure. Like, when in Arceus's name are we ever gonna be able to shiny hunt Fire, Bolt, Wake, etc. All the less cool Violet ones. And again, they only give you one. They gave you 2 Koraidon and Miraidons, so it would be easier to trade. But this time they were like, no. We will not, we're not being generous this time. Yep, all the legendaries are locked, all the new paradoxes are locked. It's just no fun allowed. No fun allowed. Oh my god, are you kidding me, Normal Shrub? How is she dressed slutty? She has a crop top and jeans. That sucks, Normal Shrub. Oh my god. That's terrible. I would be devastated. Imagine Pokemon games, booting you. save often? Ugh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I wish this game had a jukebox so I could change the music. Only in the club room, though. I should hack this game like a Ocarina of Time randomizer to just play random music. Although then people would come in and be like, why is it playing Gerudo Valley? Never mind, terrible idea. Do you have the shiny charm? Why is the game slowing down so much? That new Nintendo console can't come fast enough, chat. Not that I'm gonna act like it's gonna solve the world's problems, but it will certainly help. I hope. Not to sound like one of those copium people that are like, a new Nintendo console would fix this game. And not that Game Freak's just really bad at optimizing their video games. I don't know why Showdown doesn't have a bot mode. I've wondered that a lot, actually. Like, that seems like it'd be a fun thing for Showdown to do. Have certain, like, guest people come in and design a fun bot team you could play against. That would absolutely be a hit. You could be like, this team was designed by Wolf Glick, or this team was designed by blah blah blah. Remember when all the leakers said there was gonna be like a PK Hex mode in part 2? LOL. Wonder where that is. Imagine leakers lying or misinterpreting things for clout on Twitter.com. That would never happen. Who posting all the pictures of the shiny legendaries only for them to turn around and be locked is very funny. Very, very funny. Oops. I have heard about the bug with metal sound. They just announced a patch for probably a month from now. Oopsies. Probably because of Christmas break. It is probably because of Christmas break that it's gonna take them so long. I bet none of the, like, game organization companies right now are probably working. They're probably all off. So there's I think it's an oversight for TM creation. So they're gonna be giving out 10. You heard it here first. 10 TM223 Metal Sound on December 26th. So Metal Sound is only craftable in Violet, it looks like. That's funny. Oops. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. I mean, they still need to fix it, obviously, but at least it's not like, your game will crash and be lost forever. Your Pokemon will explode. I almost wonder if they've never fixed the performance because they just don't know how to. It can reset your progress. Wait, what? So if you take Terapagos to do the professor cutscene, it resets your progress with the teachers in the classes? Are you serious? Wait a second. It resets to half. I would be so mad. See, that's less egregious. That's more egregious. The Metal Sound one is like, whatever. This one, I think so too, Justin. I think they said that they would fix it and then realized they could not fix it. I think it's probably baked into the coding of this game. They cannot fix it. I've suspected that for a while. Because it's not like they want their games to run like shit. It doesn't exactly look great on them. So, I don't think they know how to fix it. The Infinite Ocean or all that stuff, I don't think they know how to fix that. Or, if it does get fixed, it would break 5,000 other things. Not that I'm, like, a master game developer, but I know that is why some bugs have to be left alone, because if you fix it, it creates 5,000 new bugs. Yeah, they're just biding time until Gen 9 is history, and we can move on to what other Gen 5 thing is down the pipeline. We'll find out in 2 months. Yeah, we'll get him next time. We'll get him next time. Yeah, I've done the cutscene too. That really sucks though. I bet a lot of people don't even realize that could happen. They're gonna go do the cutscene and then get rid of half their progress with the teachers. That's ass. That sucks. Jeez. I don't know how these performance issues don't bug people. I saw a tweet, which it was probably a rent is due Twitter Blue user who was hiding their Twitter Blue status, which people do that now. When they start posting like 5 paragraphs, it's like, oh yeah, you're hiding it. I don't know if it was like a rent due tweet or if this guy's genuine, but it was like, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the greatest Pokemon games of all time. Who cares if there's a little bit of lag? Like, it's more than a little bit, man. I don't know, man. That's crazy. Yeah, a thread with a spool emoji. Even if you're like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet pilled, I can't imagine saying this game is better than Black and White 2, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Emerald, Platinum. And most other of those games. I don't know, he had one of those like Pokemon trainer usernames, which is usually a red flag. Ace Trainer, blah blah blah. Birdkeeper Brian. Ace Trainer Dave. None of the charm. To me, it's just how empty this game is. Like, yeah, we have BBQs and stuff you can do with the DLC. But the base game is just so empty and devoid of content. I don't know what this guy is doing to make it so interesting for him. But I don't know, that's a wild take. That's all I'll say. That's a wild take. There's no stylization. I don't know. Yeah, God, he loves ogre ousting. Can't stop ousting those ogres, let me tell ya. I don't know, I suspect it was a guy with Twitter Blue doing a rent due tweet, but still. I think this game is better than base Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is rancid. That is one of the most linear, boring, awful story, terrible characters. Sword and Shield is not a game I hold in high regard. I like Crown Tundra, though. I have to put an asterisk at the end of there. Crown Tundra, good. I would suggest checking out Crown Tundra if you haven't. If you have the game. If you have Sword and Shield. I don't know, chat. What would you rank all of the Switch Pokemon games? Like, from best to worst? When you have Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, PLA, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. What would your order there be? God, I would really have to think about that. To me, Sword and Shield has the most linear, boring routes of any Pokemon game. Like, it's criminal how awful, boring, and straight... Like, every route in that game is just a straight line. I also think it has one of the worst stories in any Pokemon game ever. Insane downgrade from Gen 7, story-wise. PLA, Scarlet Violet, Let's Go, Sword and Shield. Man, if Let's Go didn't have motion controls, we could have a real interesting conversation, I feel like. PLA, Scarlet Violet, Let's Go, Sword Shield, oh, I forgot about BDS. What does that say about me that I forgot it? Or maybe more that says more about the game than me. I probably agree with that ranking. I don't know, PLA and Scarlet and Violet would be very close. There's good and bad parts of both of those games that I wish were combined into one superior game. I liked Bead. Not to bring back the rival conversation, but I didn't bring up Bead earlier. I do like Bead. Marnie sucks, though. Hop is okay. PLA had better stylization. Felt more interesting to explore. Had more atmosphere. But I generally like I mean, Gen 9's Pokédex is really good. I think that's another thing I really like Scarlet and Violet more over Sword and Shield. I like the Pokédex in this game way more than Gen 8's Pokemon. Yeah, PLA has a style. It's actually stylized. It makes the game look distinct. It also did a lot of things I liked, like having different music for the time of day. It felt like the areas were more dense. This game has so many stretches of wide open land that there's just nothing. There's just nothing going on. There's so many just empty places in the map. I don't know, it's like, what? Take your pick. Super linear routes in Gen 8 or wide open fields of nothing with some of the ugliest textures you've ever seen in Gen 9. I booted BDSP the other day. What did I trade? I think I traded myself Chikorita. Because you can't get Chikorita in Shield. So I had a Chikorita traded to me in BDSP for this Pokédex. And going back to that game is so jarring. The My Sims style they went with is so ugly. I honestly like Let's Go style way more. That game has brighter colors. It just looks so much better. Yeah, exactly. No one's gonna go back and play it. I agree. I think that's maybe a point in Scarlet and Violet's favor. I mean, which is sad because as empty as this game is, you know, if you don't like to shiny hunt or do competitive, I feel like PLA has even less replayability. Yeah, I will return to BDSP for Arceus, Shaman, and Darkrai at some point. I still have all of those saved and ready to go. I still have the team ready. In fact, I'm sitting right in front of Shaman in BDSP. I did my trade for Chikorita right in front of Shaman. I liked PLA's boss battles where you actually got to like throw and interact with them, but I feel like the battle system was kind of a flop, needed more time in the oven. See, it's weird. There's just so many pros and cons. PLA is so self-contained. No version exclusive bullshit. You have the link cable. Like, that was great. That might be the best thing about PLA. The link cable item and the lack of bullshit exclusives and stuff like that. They were cooking. Yeah, it almost kind of felt like a like Poke Park or something like that with the pasture and in PLA. I like the alphas. I think the alphas was really cool. Helped, with Lavington's point that Pokemon are dangerous animals that can and will kill you. I mean, which is funny because there's a confirmed Pokemon death in this game, at least I think so. There was until that Terapagos cutscene. I don't know, these games are developed alongside each other and then done in such a short amount of time that we're just getting the short end of the stick every single time. Yeah, I think something like that is fun. You get to see your Pokemon. It was fun seeing what would spawn in there, like seeing my shinies, my alpha Pokemon. The story in PLA was okay. I liked Volo. The Volo reveal with Giratina was sick as hell. That was probably a higher note than the final boss battle in Scarlet and Violet. Like, the Sadon Turo fight was neat. It was cool that Sada and Turo had, like, Master Balls, I guess. But I feel like the Volo fight with Tino was not only fairly difficult, but just cool as hell. That Giratina remix I listen to all the time. That's such a good remix. I don't know, I like a little fun Pokemon twist villain, too. Like, unfortunately, I got spoiled before PLA came out. I was just looking up Cynthia because I needed art of her for, like, a thumbnail or something. And I saw the story spoilers. Ugh. I mean, even if I wasn't spoiled, it's pretty obvious that Volo is sus. But still, I like me a fun little twist villain, especially when he reveals his Arceus fanatic haircut. Very funny. Yeah, the part when you got exiled from the town, it honestly felt very serious. There are not many times in Pokemon games where I'm like, wow, this feels very serious. I mean, it got an emotion out of me. It made me mad as hell. It made me super mad. Yeah, the Walk of Shame, that was kind of an intense cutscene. I think one of the biggest things that could have been better is if your rival character in PLA, like, they're very present in the beginning of the story and then they just vanish. I think if you got to go on missions with them and maybe, I don't know, meet their family or bond with them more, it would have hit better. But they're around for, like, the first part of the game and then they just completely vanish throughout, like, most of the entire middle act. I don't know, I like that Silene was, like, on our... She did her job, but then she was like, look, keep yourself safe, or whatever she did. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something along those lines. I don't know, I still side-eye Rowan. I didn't forget what your great-great-great-great-great-grandpappy did to me, sir. The whole I agree. I actually super agree with that. The great god of Sinnoh. Especially since we know they're both right. Like, there's no mystery. Because we know Dialga and Palkia both exist. I don't know. It felt like they were maybe going for, like, a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing with Adaman and Irida. Also, I think it's silly that Pearl Clan just lives in Snow Point and Irida's in wearing like summer attire. It's like, okay. Yeah, there's like 3 different factions in the game that you have to deal with. I think Roaming Gimme Ghoul is only from Pogo, right? Ugh. I haven't touched Pogo in months, chat. It's Pogo Jover. It's just really hard to care about Pokemon Go right now. I feel like the game is just very unremarkable. Pogover. Some of the character designs in the game were questionable. I don't know, it honestly kind of annoys me that we're just falling into like ancestor-related territory. Instead of seeing the original character, it's like, this is Drayton's grandson. That's Clay's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Where's my Blaziken? At your mom's house. I don't know, we're in like, here's son, daughter, uncle, cousin, but not the original character themselves. We went from like cameos of like Grimsley to like, here's Grimsley's great son. Grimsley strikes me as a guy who would not have children. That guy was luxuriating on the beach. No way that guy wants kids. Also, it's just, I don't know, it's annoying. It's like, so who's Drayton's mother? And father? Where's Iris? Stuff like that. Not that I need endless amounts of annoying cameos. I think those can overstay their welcome too, but there's some sort of happy medium, you know? Team Star felt like they were going for like different tropes for each one of their characters. You have SoundCloud rapper, you have Fairy Boy, you have Mela, the goth fire one. You have the weird wrestling lady. The one that's just a little too much into wrestling. And the weird cosplaying ninja guy. Atticus. I remember his name. Because he ripped me off in that auction. Yeah, and Penny. The hacker. Penny saying she would have hacked their grades and then pretending like it was a joke is that was the one character moment I liked from those cutscenes. Penny's a real one. Yes, the ninja cosplayer who speaks like they're from ye olden times. I don't know. I know this is kind of mean, but like, no wonder you weren't, like, the coolest kid in school wearing a weird ninja outfit. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been more effective if they went for actual realistic characteristics that people typically get picked on for. Like, God forbid they make one of the characters, like, overweight or something like that. No, they have to have a ninja outfit. Because that's realistic. That happened in school all the time. I don't know, like, we've already had so many Pokemon teams. Like, didn't Team Skull cover the delinquent thing enough? Would we have to bring that back again? She should star in the Pokemon equivalent to Tall Girl. Oh no, it must be so hard being tall, skinny, and pretty. No! Your life must be so hard. Local ninja. He just really loves Michelangelo, Raphael, Donnie, and Mikey. Penny probably unironically would love Fortnite. Penny probably would unironically love Fortnite. It would probably play with every Team Star member. I mean, you could definitely be... I could definitely see people making fun of, like, tall girls, but at the same time, that's also, like, a desirable... That's like, model... You could be a model. I don't know. Kids will make fun of anything, really. Tall, short, skinny, overly skinny, bony, lanky, fat. Glasses, no glasses. Hair color. Children are the worst. Yeah, I guess that is something interesting to think about. The way bullies are portrayed and written in culture and exist in culture is different here than it would be in a place like Japan. Yeah, it reminds him of the shitty movie. Tall girl and her short king. I don't know, some of the meanest things that were said were from Kieran, of all people. When Kieran told Carmine to shut up, I was like, damn. No, normal shrub, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's probably why they made her so tall then. Although once I saw that character design, I saw so many tweets and comments that were like, she's so pretty. Ugh, having to retrace your steps on something tedious you've already done sucks so bad. Well, remember to occasionally take a break and save, normal shrub. Ugh. Pokemon Home could not compute. The Oppenheimer face. The bald guy staring. I don't know. I've seen that meme so much and I still don't know who that guy is. I definitely hear the drift fail that the struggle heard in this song. Oh, I recognize that name. Drift Fail is one of those songs that if we get a remake or whatever, if they don't nail that remix, the whole thing is dead to me. If they somehow flop on the Drift Fail remix, throw the whole thing away. Get the shovel, everyone. Oh, curls. Yeah, you're right. Jeez. That adds like another layer. It's like a Japanese game dev team, but it's also supposed to be in Spain. Except for Kitakami. But also there's people from Unova, so I guess they're technically American? Unovian? Shiny Metagross, nice. That's a great shiny. Alright, chat, I'm gonna give this a few more runarounds. This sucks. Tentacruel, you're an enemy of the stream. Not friend. Unless... Yeah, you're right. With another culture's mascot. Yeah, pretty much. It's like Unova's attempt at like... I'll never forget the clowns that are in Unova. You know, us Americans have clowns all over the place. Yeah, that's... Nailed it, guys. You got it. Totally nailed it. Football players and clowns. I can't think of anything more authentic. I don't know, did James Turner have a big say on, like, British stuff for, Sword and Shield, I wonder? I know Game Freak used to take trips out and study the locations, but I don't know if they do any of that anymore. I don't think a lot of video game teams get to do that anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, that's specifically in Indianapolis. That's the headquarters of all the clowns. They have the yearly clown convention there. I don't think I want Game Freak to do any more influencer parodies. Raihan and Iono are plenty, please. It's already so dated. It is already so dated. What's up, buddy? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Am I right, guys? Also, I just find VTuber, that type of culture parodies to be horrendous. Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Here is a present for you.
Bloody with a gifted sub! Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I found Giraffalgos in my backyard. Emotional? Mary Chrysler. I feel like you really have to be under the age of 20 to give a shit about Dream. I saw people talking about his video today and it's just like, I cannot be bothered to care about this Shane Dawson Minecraft gremlin man. I'm more interested to see if Gerard's ever going to release a second statement or if he's just going to quietly try to come back. Or is it just Joe? That leaked audio of him basically like begging them to salvage his career is so sad. It's all kids. The people that like all those big Minecraft YouTubers are children. Or young teens. Who are children. It's all kids. I have to believe this to keep myself going. I mean, I'm sure they have some fringe adult fans, but I'm really gonna hope most of those people are children. I mean, that's why a lot of those people come back. It's like the Sniper Wolf stuff. All of her audience is kids. They don't care. Yeah, I don't know how Gerard comes back from this. I'm sure he has many fans that would just pretend this didn't happen and go back to consuming his content, but like, this is something that will follow him forever. What happened with the completionist normal shrub? Charity fraud. Charity fraud, and then a very weak response video to that charity fraud, which basically immediately got debunked and torn to shreds. Yeah, it's not good. He's basically held donations for his charity, the Open Hand charity, for like a decade. And never donated it. And has claimed in many clips, many times, that he's working with companies that he has never given a dime to. Which is charity fraud. There's also stuff with a golf tournament that is... I feel like his family has to be in on it. I don't know. It's a very weird situation. It's not great. It's honestly just sad. All that money's been sitting around for so long when it could have been donated and making an impact. Lots of using his dead mother as a shield. I don't know. It's gross. It's gross. Definitely wasn't on my next normal boots controversy bingo sheet. The fact that Gerard specifically brings up when JonTron was a racist and pro-Jared in that leaked, I mean leaked. Carl posted it. It's just very funny. Yeah, he led his response video with that autopsy report, which was just very weird. Like, what the hell is he doing? How is this? How do you not, like, have that guilt weigh on your soul? Claiming for so many years and taking your fans' money. Like, if I did a charity thing and just kept the money, I would feel like the biggest asshole alive. Also, pro tip, chat, if you ever have somebody doing a charity and it's a link to a PayPal, red flag. Never trust YouTubers or streamers who have charity links that go directly to a PayPal. You want it to go to a foundation itself. Anything that goes into people's direct accounts is a red flag. Yeah, which is funny because Gerard's one of those creators that was like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He's such a nice... Gerard, like, when it first came out, all his defenders were like, well, he's such a nice guy. He'd never do this. I have to feel for his friends that all came out and blindly supported him, who now look like dummies. Because you want to give your friends the benefit of the doubt. I mean, I would have stayed quiet and said nothing, personally. I've seen this happen time and time again, and all the ones that jump out and blindly defend their friends only to turn around and, oops, they were in fact guilty. Just sit back, be quiet, and wait for the facts, is what you should do. But, like, I get it. You want to defend your friends. You want to hope they're not guilty of being a fraudster. Yeah, directly to the charity only. Exactly. Always the nice ones you have to watch out for. Well, it's just so much, like, parasocial. His friends is one thing. You want to give your friends the benefit of the doubt. But for complete strangers who have never met him and are just fans, that's very weird behavior. Like, you don't personally know him. Just very... Like, you should probably step back and examine yourself if you were one of those people that was like, Gerard is such a nice guy, he would never do this. I never talked to the guy in my life, but trust me, he would never do this. I do think there is a crumb of truth to that. The ones that portray themselves as so wholesome, so good. I'm such an ally, you guys. I'm so wholesome. Everybody's I'm such a heckin' wholesome small bean. Ooh, bad. Bad. Yeah, grifters. Or they're so deluded that they just believe that. I'm the most wholesomest guy in the world. Jacqueline Hill. Jacqueline's still out there making content. But so are people like Jeffree Star, so... Crime pays sometimes, it seems like. If you're a big, rich YouTuber. Gerard said he had 20 people in that audio that worked for him. And it's like, good lord. How many people do you need to run your YouTube channel? And it's funny because one of the reasons I used to subscribe to Gerard. I've followed Gerard for a long time. Was because I thought his editor was annoying. There's nothing that will make me unsubscribe faster than if you have a very annoying editor that, like, puts in their own paragraphs and blurbs in a video. It's like, I don't know you. I'm not watching this for some faceless editor who's not funny. Like, everybody wants to be like a Barry from Game Grumps back in the day. But I guess that editor, that was like one of tons of other people that work for him. I mean, it sucks for those people. Imagine, I mean, right before Christmas, imagine your boss gets caught for charity fraud and you lose your job. Like, that's not great. Just a really weird situation. And I mean, I've already seen ripple effects. I've seen people questioning Defunctland, who did a charity stream. People are gonna start questioning YouTuber Twitch charity streams. Again, PayPal links, direct PayPal links, bad. Links that are to the charity themselves, acceptable, good. You just have to do your research. And not blindly trust friendly-faced YouTuber person. I don't know. Just a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. If I had donated, I would have been very upset. He even asks them, the two guys that uncovered this story, do you have any, like, recommendations? And it's like, what? Why? To me, that's, like, one of the most damning things. What do you mean, two guys who are grilling me over this, do you have any recommendations for charities? Gerard, what are you talking about? What do you mean? That's your job. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And Tentacruel is not nice. I'm gonna go back and heal. Wow, this area lags really bad. Get me out of here. Too laggy. Jeez, my control stick didn't work for a second. Well, we'll have to try again another time, chat. Tentacruel, not friend of the stream. Maybe we can get lucky with a Tentacool outbreak or something. But yeah, we'll be continuing to do outbreaks and DLC shiny hunting this week. And then Snawmiss is coming up, and then birthday stream, so still a lot of good shiny hunting left to be done in 2023, chat. But if you're new here, check out the Discord and the YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube viewers. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. Booper, bless thy shiny hunts. Good night, everybody.